We know that chronic labour shortages and weak post-Brexit trade are holding economic growth back. You've heard this morning businesses are saying we need looser immigration rules and closer ties with our biggest market, the EU. Are you listening to them?
A good question, given the OBR report the government is relying on says Brexit will result in the UK's trade intensity being 15% lower in the long run than if the UK had remained in the EU. It's also a good question given the hard Brexit championed by the Prime Minister has already contributed to UK trade performance falling to its worst level on record. Business investment trailing other industrialised countries and lost output estimated to be worth a staggering £100 billion a year. This was the Prime Minister's reply.
I think the most pressing priority right now is tackling illegal migration.
Seriously?
After the pandemic, there was a trade recovery by all the other G7 countries, and Britain's trade recovery has been more or less flat.
And it gets worse.
We see the UK pretty close to the bottom of the league table in terms of the forecast for economic growth, particularly in 2023. So the UK essentially sees no growth at all, and the only country that was worse than the UK was sanctioned Russia.
And of course the UK has uniquely suffered the impact of Brexit. We've now got fruit rotting in our fields, chaos at our ports and airports, business growth stymied by additional Brexit costs and paperwork, UK trade performance at its worst level on record. But according to the Prime Minister, the country's priority is
stopping people coming here illegally on small boats across the Channel.
He's completely mad.
We've heard the director of the CBI say that there is a shortage of workers at the moment and we need a new deal on immigration. Last Friday, your Chancellor, Jeremy Hunt, he said he wants to see the vast majority of trade barriers with the EU removed. How are you going to change our relationship with the EU on legal immigration and on trade in order to boost growth, as so many businesses at this conference say they want to see?
Well, thank you. I think on migration, I'd point back to what I've just said, Harry. But on trade, let me be unequivocal about this. Under my leadership, the United Kingdom will not pursue any relationship with Europe that relies on alignment with EU laws. Now, I voted for Brexit. I believe in Brexit. And I know that Brexit can deliver, and is already delivering, enormous benefits.
Heaven help us, just look at the UK's trade as a whole. The Office for Budget Responsibility has concluded there's been a 15% reduction in trade intensity as a result of Brexit. It also released this data. The red line shows UK exports. Unlike other advanced economies, the UK's exports haven't bounced back after COVID. The OBR links this to Brexit. Listen to Michael Saunders, who was an external member of the Central Bank's Monetary Policy Committee, in an interview with Bloomberg TV on 14th of November.
The UK economy as a whole has been permanently damaged by Brexit. It's reduced the economy's potential output significantly, eroded business investment. I mean, look, if we hadn't had Brexit, we probably wouldn't be talking about an austerity budget this week. The need for tax rises, spending cuts wouldn't be there if Brexit hadn't reduced the economy's potential output so much.
But the Prime Minister has made clear today he's not going to do a thing about the economic catastrophe the hard Brexit he's helped to unleash has inflicted on the economy. Apparently it doesn't matter how much damage Brexit inflicts on the country because we're all fixated on this.
Stopping people coming here illegally on small boats across the Channel.